Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Sunstone, and today I wanted to talk about swimming in Coral Island. So we know that we can obviously go diving. This is a major mechanic in the game, and it actually takes place in like an entirely separate map. It's a whole open underwater world, and you actually have to enter through a diving point to get into the water and go through a load screen. There's very few loading screens in this game, but one of them is when you go diving. So when I say swimming, I don't mean diving. I also don't mean wading through the water, which we can also do. So there are many areas around the map where we're able to wade in the water, about knee deep. On the south beach, through the lake, we actually have to go through the water to get to the temple at the lake. So there are these areas where we can actually wade through the water, and I love that. I love that there's not a rigid border between land and, water. I love that it's fluid and we can kind of walk in and out, especially for fishing, scavenging. You can even collect seashells like in the water on the beach. So I love just the way it's designed. But will we be able to go swimming? We've seen a ton of art of NPCs in bathing suits, and the NPCs will have bathing suits, the dateable ones specifically, and we're definitely going to have bathing suits as well. So are the bathing suits used for walking on the beach and, the NPCs lounging on the beach? Or are we going to see NPCs like in the water, splashing, just hanging out, maybe on floaties? We've seen NPCs on floaties on many occasions in different pieces of art. The Coral Island cover art is a great example where Suki's in a chicken floaty, Surya's in the water, Leah's in the water. These characters are in the water. They're not diving and they're not on land. They're just swimming in the water. We can see Scott and Macy jumping into the water, which would also be so fun. If you've played Animal Crossing, you know how fun it is to run and jump off one of the rocks on the beach and, do a little flip into the water. It is so fun. So while all that would be very fun, would this add any utility to the game? Would it actually add anything practical? Any game mechanics? Anything you can do when you're swimming? I'd say probably not, to be honest, because we can already collect stuff when we're diving. We can do, sea scavenging, we can collect kelp, seaweed, clear the trash, we can catch underwater sea critters. We can do basically anything water related in terms of game mechanics while we're diving, and then we can fish while we're, wading in the water. Off the top of my head, it doesn't really feel like there would be a practical reason to implement swimming, so the game would definitely not suffer without it by any means. However, I do think it would add a level of immersion to the game and an additional level of realism. One of my favorite things in Animal Crossing was in the Happy Home Paradise DLC. They added lots of really cute NPC animations on the island. And one of them was that the villagers would be in floaties sometimes, just lounging on the water. And I thought that just added a whole other level of immersion and personality to the game. Which, Animal Crossing needed much more desperately than Coral Island ever will, but at the same time, I do think that would add a really nice touch because it doesn't seem realistic at all for, 70 plus islanders to all be on Coral Island and never swim, right? Never just be lounging in their floaties, never be doing the things that they've been depicted doing in art. Cliff jumping, splashing, just hanging out, swimming, actually swimming. All of these things would be really nice to see. And we do actually see swimming at one point in early access, but in the Beach Cleanup Festival, there's actually a swimming mini game. So we know that swimming animations are at least somewhat implemented in the game. And we also know based off of this that characters like Sunny, for example, are avid swimmers. So it would make sense to see Sunny swimming laps, maybe early in the morning at the beach, right? So while I don't necessarily think that swimming would add any functional value to the game, I think it would add a lot of personality, and especially down the line when we get into multiplayer and stuff, being able to just dip into the water, put on your little swimsuit, dip in the water and swim around with your friends, maybe have some little reactions and stuff you can do. And I could actually see this as being something added later down the line, and I think it would actually be a really good fit if once you were able to fully clear the oil spill and the roots that are growing around the island. Maybe that would be when this new ability would unlock, where you could actually go swim in the water instead of just waiting in it. Because to be honest, who actually wants to go swimming in like an oil spill? Like, not me. I don't think anyone does. So I could see that being like kind of a reward for, you know, clearing the ocean, is suddenly you see all these NPCs like splashing in the water at the beach, playing. Maybe there's one of those like little inflatable obstacle courses that, you know, if you've seen those, and the kids are kind of playing on it. Like, I don't know, there could be a few really sweet animations that you could see at different times of the day, maybe even just in the summer when it's really warm. But let me know what you think. Let me know if you think there's any value in adding swimming, or if you think it's fine the way it is. We can just go diving. If we want to swim, we can wade in the water otherwise, and who needs to swim? It's really not a necessary feature. Or do you think, no, I want to see this. We've been shown the NPCs in their swimsuits, you know, on floaties and in the water, in many different pieces of art, and I'd love to see that actually brought into the game itself, even if it's just an aesthetic level, even if it's just to add immersion and realism to the environment, even if it has no functional value. Or maybe there's something they could add to make it functional. Let me know if you have any ideas. Anything and everything. You know, I always love hearing from you in the comments. I just wanted to address this topic because I think it's something really interesting, and I just think it'd be so odd, I guess, if we had this entire game set on a tropical island oasis and there was no swimming in it. I think that would just be so funny. So yeah, let me know what you think. I still look forward to continuing this discussion in the comments. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and until next time, take care. And a very special thanks to Meredith, Formodus, Tansy, Cisco, Cheese, Coons, Divine Raven, and Magic, my beautiful Sunstone members. I love you all very much, and thank you so much for the extra support, which really helps to make all that I do on this channel possible and means the world to me.